these men's magazines, and whenever you read the men's magazines, you always can't help but notice, and Dave, correct me if you've seen some of this, you've looked at those, I'm sure. You notice the pull quotes that they use from the article.
Yes.
They're always like over the top, like they asked you something about a way to a man's heart, you mentioned something about lots of sex, food, and something about oral sex. Are those real answers, or are they made up?
They take it to the extreme. They'll ask you questions, things like, I would never say something like that. It's taken so out of context, but it's taken place over a period of maybe 2 hours when you have an interview, and then I think they add the questions later. I'm not sure.
They interrogate you, and you give them an answer, and then they keep going.
And because it's Stuff Magazine or a men's magazine, they want you to be as sexual as possible.
Right.
So.
Well, what is the way to a man's heart, really?
I think you said it, Carson.
Well,
I think
sex, food, and oral sex.
Oh, so it is an answer.
Did I say that out loud?
Yes, thank God you did. You were in Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. It was a wonderful film. What was your role in the movie?
Well, I didn't actually have a name. I was Pretty Woman.
In the movie, that was the credit, Pretty Woman?
I always seem to get these.
And you were in Liar
names.
Liar, Jim Carrey was in that. What did you play in that movie?
I was Busty Woman in the elevator.
I remember you.
Busty.
I do.
I don't know.
Yes.
You were the busty woman.
Busty. Where did they come up with Busty?
I don't
Couldn't they
know.
have come up with something a little better than Busty?
Yeah, Dave.
Come on, Dave. Come on.
Well, look, all right, let's say you mugged me, and the police say, what does she look like?
Would you?
She had some big officer, that's all.
By the way, some of your credits we found, Dave. Dave Chappelle in a film in the 80s was Kid on Beach and,
now, hold up,
and Cockroach. That's how you were listed.
That's funny, I was just talking with my wife about this.
Kid on Beach.
I have never, I was not.
It should have said Well Hung Kid on Beach.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was not in that movie. It says this movie in August, and then I saw it on the web. You know, you look yourself. Well, I look myself up on the web sometimes. You know, and it said like Filmography, and it had a movie called End of August, and said I was a kid on the beach. That's not me, man. I was like 6 when they made that movie, and I wasn't even doing stand-up. And how do you think the real kid on the beach feels saying you get all the glory?
He feels quite left out.
He does.
Do you look at those? Because we were looking at those websites, Krista, and you have a lot of those. You know, Busty Woman, you were Holographic Woman in the movie Paycheck.
Yes, I was.
We also found more recently on your credits, it said on your filmography, Woman Eating Cookie on an episode of Last Call with Carson Daly.
I'm most proud of that. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
I don't remember that episode.
You don't?
Yeah, Dave Chappelle was on the episode too. Do you remember that, Dave?
Vaguely.
Oh my God, it was
Woman Eating
my
Cookie.
best moment ever.
Do we have any of the footage of that?
Anybody?
So you have the college comedy tour. You're actually on a bus now?
Yeah, man, you know, it's a lot easier than going on a plane. Like, I used to just schlep around with my luggage, with the security. It's a lot harder, you know?
Right.
The bus, it's nice and easy, man.
Wow.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The dimly lit woman, Busty Woman Eating Cookie in Last Call, I should say.
Yeah.
Roland's on the phone. Roland, are you there?
Hey, Carson.
Tonight we're playing How Far Can You Get with Roland? Let's take a shot over here, Steve. We started you're at 30 Rock right in Manhattan, and last time we checked you were down in the Lincoln Tunnel. Have you made any progress?
Yeah, we're like in Leona, New Jersey.
I don't know where that is. Is that far? Wait, is it near Newark?
Yeah, it's not too far from New York.
Have you passed Newark Airport?
Almost. All we've passed are like strip clubs, refineries, and it kind of smells like ass in the cabs. That's it.
Are you making your way towards where?
Just towards north. We're taking the North Turnpike.
Ask the cab driver if you're near Millburn.
Are we near Millburn? He said, I don't know.
He doesn't know?
No, yeah. No, he made me paranoid. Yeah, he doesn't know. He's just taking the North Turnpike, he said.
I'm gonna put you at East Orange. I think that's about right. Do you know Jersey well?
No.
Yeah, how many? Hey, Roland, do you have any idea how many miles you've gone?
How many miles have we gone? We've gone 15.
How much money does that cost?
How much have you spent so far?
I spent about $20.
Damn.
You'll get home around 3 a.m., I think.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, Roland, call us back. We're here with
Okay.
Krista Allen. We have to go. She sends her love.
Yes, mwah.
I have to ask you about Cuervo Nation. What is Cuervo Nation? Is this a place?
Cuervo Nation is this beautiful 8-acre island in the middle of the Caribbean, and it's such a great, wonderful
And
place.
can people
that
just
you
go to Cuervo Nation? Can Dave and I go? And are there just girls like you and a bunch of
Yes.
Cuervo tequila? Is that the deal?
And that's a party. No, it's a place that you can go. Just bring your friends and have a great time.
It's like
and
Fantasy Island. It sounds like.
kind of like Fantasy Island, only Tattoo and Mr. Rourke are not there.
Right.
It's Jose.
Well, are you there? Do you have like a small crib?
No, I don't.
Cuervo Nation?
No, I've never been to Cuervo Nation.
Really?
I haven't been, but I really, really want to go.
All right, Dave, you're a king to be here. Congratulations on the show. It's awesome. Chappelle Show, if you guys aren't watching, it's on Comedy Central. You should be Wednesdays at 10:30. Krista, you want to hang out?
Yeah, I'll hang out.
You
for
can
a
both hang
little
out if you want.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, fantastic. We'll be right back, everybody. Take a look at some new toys coming out next year from Corey Greenberg, comedian Steve Byrne, and Kanye West.